And this particular thing that she decided to do ended up going viral, but not because of the content in which she is already used to doing, or the records in which she's used to breaking on her channel, but more so because of the after effect of how she reacted after going through everything that she went through in that day of being intimate with 100 men in 24 hours. It was, the look of regret on her face as she was interviewed immediately after the situation took place.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum, and I think I had a sandwich, and that was and then the rest. It's not for the weak, girls. If I'm honest, it was hard.
So as we can see in this, deep pause and the breathing and, the looking out into space, I noticed that the first thing that she said immediately was it's not for the quote unquote weak girls, but women being the weaker vessel, it's not for any kind of woman, to be honest, right? Trying to lean on comedy to act like everything is all right, but she clearly looks like she is dismantling and broken down. And again, this was immediately after she just completed doing all those things.
Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be the last episode on this horrific topic, and I wanted to add someone else's opinion, a YouTuber that I really appreciate. Her channel is called River TV. I will definitely add the link to it down below. But also, I wanted to quickly say, I completely find this mind-blowing, completely bizarre that not only she decided to do this, but immediately after doing this, you just stand there and start talking about the bizarre and horrific things that you have allowed random men to do to you. That is so, I don't know. I just don't know.
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very it's kind of like being a pro in a sense of it's just a different...
She doesn't know if she would recommend it. Basically, she's telling you, no, I would not recommend it. And everything about her is screaming, don't do this. If people are out there after seeing this, hearing this, following the drastic downfall, and they still believe that this is the right thing to do, well, who am I to hold you, right? But you see how people manipulate other people to tap into their misery. She could just easily stand there and say, it is wrong. I'm regretting that I did this. I don't want to do this anymore. Women out there, don't do this. Instead, she's still figuring out a way how to sell it to you as the right thing to do. It's just not for the weak girls, Now, some girls out there who like to follow the nonsense, they will actually think, yeah, maybe I'm the kind of girl who can do this. I can handle this. There's nothing for you to handle in this kind of area. You shouldn't be a part of this area. It is not right. Yeah. And then she's saying, it takes a certain kind of girl, right? It's not for the everyday kind of girl. Look, you must be mentally ill. You must hate yourself. You must not value yourself. You must think of yourself in the most derogatory way for you to be able to do this. I said it. If no one's going to say it, I said it.
And we can see, her eyes are red, her nose is red. It looks like she's been boo-hoo crying. She's clearly not okay. This girl is not okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
It's not just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out. It feels intense.
More intense.
One in, one out. It feels intense. Look, the way she's talking about this does not sound fun or safe, enjoyable or anything. It doesn't even sound clean, to be honest. I'm just thinking, I don't want to know what kind of dirty mess they created in and on her body, okay? This is very unfortunate that this young woman with all life choices and all opportunities, that this is what she chose to do to herself, right? It's bad. And mind you, you don't know these people, okay? You don't know what they are thinking. You don't know how they are wanting to treat you. There's some people, you might come across someone who has some bad fantasies or has been through some really bad things. And now they're like, I want to take that anger out on someone, and that someone could be you because you want to decide to play a stupid game. You want to break records.
Than you thought it might.
Definitely.
You can hear when the interviewer asked her, like, oh, so it's more intense than you thought it would be. And, we hear her voice break. And she responds and says, definitely, like, as she's literally on the brink of tears, and they cut the camera from that point on. But I think that we definitely need to deep dive into this conversation, because there's so many different factors that are at play when these situations take place, right? Like, there's so many other younger women watching, younger women listening, like the influence on places like TikTok in which she's, promoting her content.
If you're wondering what to get your boyfriend or husband for Christmas, how about me? I promise I'll give them the best night of their life.
This is just sad and hilarious at the same time. I don't know what to say. Now, the unfortunate part is that this is happening on TikTok. Yes, this is happening on platforms where kids have easy access. And she is not putting any disclaimer or any, age appropriate, how do you put it, like a cap to it, who's allowed to watch and who not. What she's not doing any of that. She doesn't care. And I'm thinking to myself, how many women, wives, girlfriends in their right mind will want to do that, right? Nobody is going to want to do that. Are there going to be some foolish people applying? Yes, I can see some men even texting her want to apply. But you know what? You might also come out with an extra. Not only a fun and good experience, you might also come out catching something. Who knows? I don't know. But, we all
just go to a place where it makes you feel numb. And then because you can't come back from that, you just keep going and going and going. And you're convincing, again, all these other women that you're so happy. And it's so interesting because this interview of her crying recently went viral. But a lot of the interviews that are publicized of this woman in her conversations are not of her being sad about it. It's her being like, oh yeah, I don't got no shame. I'm proud.
Yes, that is how it works, because the reason behind it is misery needs company. People who do nonsense are not going to go out in the public and tell other people, you know what, I wouldn't tell you guys to join in this. It makes me heartbroken. I'm actually suffering. I'm lonely. I'm struggling with mental health. No one cares for me. No, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to keep smiling, putting their best face on, wearing the best outfit, and telling you that this is the right choice. They're so happy. Their family is so proud of them, and it's just the best thing to do. Yeah, misery needs company. Think about it. In any aspect of any kind of miserable person you've met or miserable choices you've seen someone doing, they would always like to join other people into their misery. Because why should I go down this harsh reality myself? I don't want to drag myself down this alone. Let's draw more people in, right? That's what they do.
My parents are proud of me.
You have a father?
Yeah, I'm really close to my family.
Is he just like, is he like sick? Like, what does he think? You have a father?
Yeah, I'm really close to my family.
Is he just like, is he like sick? Like, what does he think?
No, well, yeah, they love that I do it.
Where is your father? What's up with your father? What does he think? Yeah, well, I'm super close with my family. Do they know what you're doing? Stop it. Just stop it. Sit down for a minute.
They always tell me they're really proud of me.
All of it is foolishness. And in my opinion, it's just a facade. Again, to sell it to other people that she's okay with this decision making. But this vulnerable interview that she had immediately after showcased the truth. And I'm happy that people are hopefully going to be able to see through the nonsense and see and focus on the truth.
I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the 30th, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're going to do this. And like, it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like.
And she's trying to like laugh it off, kiki, act like everything is cool, calm and collected. Like, girl, we know that you're not okay. It's clear. You're snot-nosed boohoo crying. And
so bad.
So she's saying that like she could only do this in 2-minute spans at a time. Right? And she said that there was even a person who approached her like, hey, you said 5 minutes. This was only 2 minutes. Like, what's wrong with you? And it's showing that even though she had these people enter her, 100 people, she couldn't even keep up with her end of the bargain. So of how mentally and emotionally and probably spiritually exhausting and draining that was to exchange herself, allowing these people within her womb, every 2 minutes, 100, a new guy in the door, up until to 100.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet.
When I decided
Some questions are so unnecessary. Have you even processed what happened? Look, it just happened. You guys are already asking her questions. It just happened. You can see the whole processing is starting right now. The realization, the harsh reality is just kicking in right now. What have I done? It's just happening more or less now. It's going to take some time. And I'm saying this, okay, this might even take longer. For her to really sink in and understand the choices that she's making, right? It's not even going to, it might take some months, some years. Because for people like this, it takes time for them to accept and realize and understand and to admit to themselves that, yes, I messed up.
To start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
Look, at this point, there's no one else to blame but her. The interviewer, him not having that expectation that she's going to be broken, devastated, crying after such a choice. I mean, to me, it's somewhat common sense that a woman choosing to do that is going to come out broken out of this and not the so-called empowered and, all bubbly and yay. I don't see that. But, he's not to blame. Because why? Remember how in the first and second episode, maybe first or second episode, I don't even know at this point, how I said it's going to be somewhat difficult also because she's judging the world for judging her. Like, people just think less of me and it's so hard for me to find and navigate friendships and whatnot. Now, you're making it hard for people because in any situation, you keep presenting yourself like the tough girl. I can do this. This is my personality. This is who I am. You're proud to be called all these negative names that I don't even want to use. So why is he going to be like, oh my God, she's devastated? Some people, I can not blame them for, being surprised that you are so broken because a lot of people are going to think to themselves, you know what? She's doing this on her own terms, her own choice. She set up the platform. She's been talking about it. She's all over the place with this, bragging how tough it is, how fun it is, how cool she is, all that nonsense. And now you're broken. So, to some degree, I'm sorry. I can see when people are like, why are you now so broken? I thought you wanted this. I thought it's fun. I thought you enjoyed it. Why are you now so broken? So his reaction, standing up and being like, I think I need to go because I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not going to be hugging you now or whatnot. He was just overwhelmed. So he stood up. He's like, I did not see this coming. I did not see you crying because I thought this is what you want to do. I thought you built that way.
Girl was broken down. Okay, a mess. Somebody had to come from the corner to console her and hold her because she could not handle the weight of what she was doing.